Good morning, everybody. Giggles, Brenda. Good morning. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. It's sunny here, a little bit hazy, but sunny. And it's 44 degrees. Not as cold at morning as it was yesterday, but it's still only 44 degrees. But the thing of it is, it didn't start to get light until after 8 o'clock this morning. So it's only been light about an hour. Brenda. So it's like I say, it's brisk this morning, 40 45 degrees, but and it's kind of a little bit hazy as you can see, but it's still a nice morning. Nice day for TJ Giggles. Hey Frank, how's it going? So you got to work today, TJ, or what? Thought maybe you'd join me. Or are you eating a salad bowl full of cereal with a gallon of milk? I don't know. I've been having some itchies the last couple of days. Don't know what it is, but just it's itchy. Yeah, Frank, is it nice? But is it sunny like this, but just a little hazy? It's not real clear. It's as you can see from this screenshot. You get back down and you look at the trees. You can make them out everything just fine, but it's just a little hazy. Lance, good morning, Lance. How are you doing? Lance is 3 hours difference. So it's 6:05 a.m. out there where Lance is. I would imagine it's still dark. There is a ship downbound out in the lake. Okay, Lance, I'll check it out. Okay, so it's nice and clear there. Yeah, when you watch the weather on TV, uh, they show this part of the thumb right here, right where we are, is got a little bit of haze going in like this. But other than that, it's really nice. The I know Johnny Drone Flyer is on, and that's where Joe is. I'm gonna have to get to a point where I'm gonna fly that Neo because I've got two of them now, but I'm gonna fly my Neo just because I feel I should fly it. But what makes me nervous is I'm not used to changes and how you do things. So you have to plug it in to get the video off of it. And I was having trouble at one point getting the video off the drone. And but now that I have the RC2 controller, which is it actually works with that, which I've tested that. Yeah, just it's not that windy here today, and the flags are just limp down like that. So I don't know. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Maybe I should think about going flying. I don't know what to do with this one. But it's here, DJI Neo. And I've been kind of hanging on to it just because I'm not that comfortable with the one I have. And what happens if I lose that or have a problem or an issue or whatever? So I don't know. The they're just doing a special on TV. I didn't know him, but Liam Payne fell off the balcony in Buenos Aires to his death, and everybody's trying to figure out why. Hey, what's up with you too, LA? You know, they're talking about the Cuba is without power everywhere on the island. They have a blackout.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
I'm fine, thank you.
Another
Yeah,
day in paradise, right?
yeah, it's a nice sunny day today. It's been raining all night, but it's sunny again. Yeah, they brought Liam Payne's body home from Argentina to Scotland the other day.
Yeah, just kind of up in the air, Mark, and what to do today and how to do it and what not to do. And
What's the weather like up there?
well, it's kind of a hazy 44 degrees.
So not very warm.
It's a nice day, but not really warm, you know.
Mm. How far are we off you closing the
Yeah.
locks
Give
down
me a
now?
sec. Give me a second, Mark. I'm going to let me see if I can see where Mia is. She makes me
Okay.
nervous. Because she's not doing so well either.
All right.
Yeah, she's out underneath the tree, laying in the dirt again.
Yeah, we've got.
As long as she's happy, you know.
Yep. Somebody's setting off a load of fireworks. How close are you now to the locks closing down?
That isn't until the end of January.
All right.
So we got like 2 or 3 months yet.
That's okay.
But it does get cold out there. And I'm tickled to death I got my cameras working again.
Yeah, I bet. What have we got temperature wise today? Oh, we're at 16 degrees. It's about 61, 60. Yeah, about 61-ish.
There she is, my little princess. She just loves it there.
Oh, that's wonderful. That.
Right, Mia? Yeah. She can't hear me, but I think she can. I think she's tuned in to me, you know.
Yeah. We've not got a flying day today. It's lovely and sunny, but it's 27-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 51.
Ah. So anyway, my little baby's outside basking in the cold, fresh air and on her favorite little dirt mound. Well, it's not dirt. What it is the grass has died, and it's
Yeah.
just there's kind of roots kind of sticking up here and there from that tree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sheltered.
Yes.
You've got lots of leaves dropping now.
LA said he'd be back in a little bit. He's gonna pop out for a little while.
No, that's Lisa.
Frank says hi to Mark.
LA's Lisa. Not a he.
Well, it's Sunday morning, and there's Johnny Drone Flyer's got a show going right now.
Yeah.
And that's where Joe is and several other people. But the people that are usually on Johnny's aren't never, very, very rarely do they come over here. So
Yeah, there's only a few of them I think that'll come over.
I,
Had a late night on Uncle Bill's show.
how late did he go last night?
Um, it would have been 11:30 your time because he didn't come on till 8:15 because he was a bit late.
Yeah, Johnny's got 26 people watching him right now.
Uh-huh. Hi, Donald.
Hey, Donald. Donald's going over to Johnny's. You enjoy.
How did your train gig do last night then, Don?
How did my what go do?
No, Don, he was driving his little train for the kids at the
Oh yeah,
church.
yeah. He had the train thing going.
Yeah.
I think is it designed to act like a train? Is it just like wagons behind or what?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he just takes the kids for a ride round.
There's a Canadian Coast Guard boat right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're up there on the top deck. They're bundled up pretty good. Yeah, that cool breeze hitting you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I got to bed at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then the nurse came just after 10:30 this morning to do my dressing.
Now,
You know, when,
how much longer does that got to go on? Does that
until it's healed.
is did she note whether she looks like it's healing or not? Or
Oh, yeah, it's definitely healing. The skin's starting to grow back in it as well.
okay.
So, a few more weeks, I think. Yeah.
Now, does she do that every day?
Well, a nurse does it every day. Yeah, I have to go. Some days all her clinics are shut, so they come out to me. But the rest of the week, I have to go to their clinic to have it done.
Okay, so it being Sunday, or it's Saturday there, isn't it?
No, it's Sunday.
Sunday. You
Yeah.
had to go to their clinic?
No, they came here.
They came, okay.
Yeah, every other day I have to go there to Ashton. It's about 2.5, 3 miles, something like that. Kate gives me a lift most of the time. If she can't make it, then I have to use the bus.
How long a bus trip is it?
Oh, it's I think it's less than 15 minutes. It's like a couple of minute walk at either end. So it takes me just over 20 minutes, between 20 and 25 minutes to get there.
On the bus and 15 minutes on the walk?
It's 15 minutes on the bus and 2 or 3 minute walk to the bus stop and from the bus stop at the other end.
Yeah, I've never been a bus person. We've got buses here in town, and I haven't ridden on a bus since we were young kids, like 3 or 4 or 5 of us get in the back of the bus and start bouncing around and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah. Well, I'd much rather be able to drive myself there and not have to
yeah,
use the bus. But like for the last 24 years, that's the way it's been.
here comes Justin.
Morning, Justin. Well, here nearly comes Justin.
The political ads are just getting terrible.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've only got, what was it, 3 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks from Tuesday.
Yeah.
In fact, it's time for me to scratch off a couple of days on my calendar here. Keep it up to snuff. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days until the election.
Yeah.
A lot of people are absentee ballot voting right now.
Yeah. Those that can post it.
Now,
Yeah.
Justin, are you with us or not? We can't hear you. He's having he buys those expensive microphones,
Yeah, the ones that don't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ones. Oh my. Excuse me.
So I take it you've not done any ships today yet.
No, the ships that went up, there was 3 of them went up this morning. One run before, they were all before sunrise.
All right.
And so it was touch and go.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is at 6:10 this morning.
Yeah, that'd be just about our sunrise here.
There it is going by. You notice that's the eastern sky. It's just a little bit of a hue that's lightening up. Not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one coming right there. I think that's the K.E. Barker.
Uh-huh.
I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. You can see it's dark, dark, dark.
Yeah.
There it is, finally starting to get light out to the east. And it's heading out into the lake. Here comes another one. They were busy. They were busy early.
Uh-huh.
That's a tug barge right there. 1,000-foot tug barge.
Wow.
There's another tug barge headed out into the lake. I think that's about it.
Is there any more due this afternoon?
There's another one coming down here shortly, but stop share. So anyway, that's there's Sundays are big race days out on Lake Huron for the yacht clubs, the Sarnia Yacht Club, the Port Huron Yacht Club, and so you'll see a few sailboats go out. But boy, I can't imagine going out there this early.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated to your sport, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
So-
Jody's here. Giggles. Brenda says she already voted. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You've got plenty of time until January the 5th.
Hi, David.
Well, it's easier to vote absentee. You don't have to go and go to the polls and mess around, you know?
Yeah.
Good morning, Justin.
Good luck. He doesn't answer. I think he's got a frog in his throat.
What?
What? Hello?
What?
What? Pardon?
No, Zoom wouldn't pick up my audio for some damn reason. I always have issues with Zoom. And
Really?
fucking time I come in here.
Zoom is starting to piss me off with its fucking updates.
Every time I come into Zoom, I have some kind of issue with my fucking audio.
Paul, you know how you keep changing my name?
Yeah.
You do know that if I sign back out and sign back in, it's just going to go back to Birdman.
I know. I just do it regularly.
Because no matter what I freaking do, it goes back to Birdman.
Well, that's because it should say David, because that's what you are known as worldwide. Birdman. Okay, that's cool. That's your monocle. But if you notice, Mark White is up there, Paul Murray's up there,
Yeah,
Justin Stickley's up there.
I don't remember calling him Birdman. I remember calling him Dickhead a couple times.
Actually, you say worldwide I'm known as Birdman, but you're wrong. Sorry, it's David. You're wrong. Because when I go out, right, people know me as the Birdman. Everyone calls me the Birdman. It's so annoying. I can be walking in the supermarket and I'll hear, Birdman! Ah, crap.
Yeah, but you're talking to the worldwide audience, not just your little coven, you know.
Oi!
Oh dear.
What happened?
Fuck's sake. I need an umbrella indoors. Rio's just decided to have a bath.
Yeah, it was horrible all night.
Oh, you've had Storm Ashley.
East Coast wants to know
Yeah.
if Paul or Mark we are veterans. No, but when I was in college back in the early 70s, I got drafted and I went down figuring I'd do my duty, and I went to the
God damn,
where they take you in and then assign you or whatever. And
Oh, go and catch that ship.
as soon as I got on the that's a pilot boat. Takes pilots
I know.
out on ships.
Look how bloody fast it's going.
What I as soon as I got on the scale, it went vroom. The sergeant that was there that was escorting all of us through the different stages says, "Get off there." I got off there. He got on and went up like this. He says, "Get back on there." Vroom. 1Y. You're not going anywhere, young man. Go back to the lobby and have a seat. And so then I rode the bus back to Port Huron again.
Yeah. Well, there was one incident back in the can't remember if it was late 80s or early 90s. Probably early 90s that'll stop me being called up ever. Because I was stupid, and when the fire brigade said get back, and I was like, fuck off, I'm going to the train station. And it was boom. Get in your ass.
Of course
I was lucky that day.
Yeah.
Couple of extra 100 yards and I'd have been in bits.
Donald, of course you should try it.
The good old IRA.
Perfect breakfast, that.
What's that?
Chocolate chip pecan pie.
Well, that was when I David, back when I was there was the draft, the national draft, and my luck, I got number 12 out of 365.
You know what? I think if there is another war, the patients like me that've got mental health issues should be the first ones to go. Right? Because we're the crazy son of the bitches that are going to go with a gun going.
Yeah, and I never went in the army or the navy or anywhere like that.
Mudball says his wife bought chocolate chip pancake Pop-Tarts. Pancake Pop-Tarts. I've never heard of pancake Pop-Tarts.
Oh, was it? Pancake. I read that as pecan for some unknown reason, but yeah.
I wonder what you was talking about, pecan.
Never mind. Yeah. Chocolate chip pancake Pop-Tarts.
Pancakes are always good for breakfast, no matter what they are.
Well, I have Pop-Tarts, though. I have brown sugar cinnamon frosted Pop-Tarts out in the kitchen. What I usually do, if I decide to toast them, I take out and I toast them, and then I put a layer of butter or margarine on top, and so it seeps in, and oh, that's good too.
Right.
But they're all right just by themselves, because when you toast them, they soften up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually ever tried Pop-Tarts.
Oh, they're good. Here comes that ship I was telling you about that's downbound.
Well, Laura's gone to the supermarket to get some snacks for a Fortnite Live later. But you all need to be aware that this morning she declared shenanigans, not shenanigans, shenanigans. She's going to nag you all to death.
Shenanigans.
Not shenanigans, shenanigans.
Whatever.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
you say every day. Here she goes. She's gonna nag again, right?
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Yeah, I don't know whether it might have been the storm that hit us yesterday or last night.
Well, it's supposed to
There was
be.
a lot of rain, but it's
Yeah.
16 degrees and sunny. But we've got 28 to 52 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, it's bloody windy here as well. And cloudy. So I had a seizure this morning.
Oh dear.
My left hand locked in the gay pause position.
Pop-Tart, this is what comes in the box.
Yeah,
And when you open it,
it goes.
Pop.
Pop-Tarts. And then you put those right in the toaster.
It's the
They're
gay
good just
pause
the way they are,
position.
too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the gay's pause position is, don't you?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Forearm up in the air, hand pointing slightly forwards and downwards.
Yeah. Like a girl would when a girl holds her hands. Took me fucking ages to unlock my arm. I was starting to panic thinking it was going to stay in that position. It had never gone out again.
Yeah, Kate's usually lock her legs in strange shapes.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I've had it where my legs have locked and my arms, and
Yeah.
it's normally my fingers.
One of the feet permanently points inwards.
No, I can't be doing with that.
Mm.
Paul, you forgot to turn your things off.
Right off.
The little heart thing. Not that it matters because it's now in next to the chat. They've actually listened, but it's distracting me. I keep seeing the little smiley faces going up. Like,
On the phone, it still covers up the end of the last person that spoke or something.
oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
they
gone.
should be off now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Should have made an egg. I hope you mean cooked an egg and not actually made an egg.
Yeah, I wonder when they changed that button thing, because I just noticed it.
Yeah.
Which
so
button,
just
what?
did. My hand locked in that position.
A hand gesture.
Shut that door.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh my.
I tell you what, if I wake up and start talking like that, I'm gonna shoot myself. I'll be messaging Justin and say, "Send me that gun." I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Lance, the audio's pain. Lately, it's just like every time I come into Zoom, there's always an issue with my audio.
I had problems with Restream last night during bills. It kept on going quiet. The audio just disappeared completely, and I had to drop out and go back in again.
Yeah, you actually went a bit muffled then.
That's because my jacket was over the microphone on my phone.
Oh, he finally left StreamYard, huh?
Yeah, uses Restream now.
How many participants can you have on Restream?
Well, there was 8.
I think it's
There was 8.
12.
I think there was 8 of us on last night.
Yeah, because Eve Mux and Restream, I think, if I'm not mistaken, allow you 12, where StreamYard's paid only allowed you 10.
And Zoom allows you 100. Although I could not imagine a stream with 100 people.
No,
Well, that's
no,
well.
Oh,
The only
100,
reason you
100
would be a-
TJs.
No, the only reason you would be using that kind of thing, but would literally be you would come into the meeting, it would be for like a presentation, and you would lock everybody's mics and cameras from being able to turn them on or off.
Yeah.
And then you just fucking mute everybody because there's no way in hell you could run a meeting with that many people.
Could you imagine 100 TJs on a Zoom?
Yeah.
all laughing away.
Don't give TJ any ideas now. Or he'll be coming in on his phone, his computer, his laptop.
Yeah, that's only good for if you're going to do like a presentation and nobody's allowed to talk.
A works conference.
Right.
There's so many new
Well,
features they're adding to Zoom as well.
or like when that CEO just has a conference with everybody and tells them you're all getting fired. Sorry. This was painful for me to have to tell you in my mansion up in Beverly Hills. I mean Napa Valley.
Strange thing is, that's actually happened. P&O sent everybody a link to a Zoom thing, and it was just a recorded video of P&O telling everybody they're sacked with immediate effect. And then the next day, they re-employed loads of foreigners for cheap labor. And
There's been a couple companies over here did the same thing. They literally got everybody on a Zoom call just to tell them they were all fired. Thousands of employees. There was one recently over here. I'm just trying to remember what company it was.
you're all fired.
I think it was Redbox when Redbox finally shut down. I don't know if you know what that is, but Redbox is the DVD rental boxes that you would see at grocery stores. Yeah, they had a big old. That was the one I was watching. The guy on YouTube was talking about how they brought everybody into a big Zoom call, and then told everybody they were pretty much fired. And what was crazy was this whole company went completely insolvent, right? Just gone.
Yeah.
There was people on YouTube that were posting videos, and they still had cases. I mean, cases and cases of Blu-rays stacked up in their fucking house that the company never came and picked up. And then some of the machines were malfunctioning. People were going up to them and they were swiping their cards to just see if they still worked to rent a DVD, and the DVD would come out and they'd give it to them, but then they never got any charges on their bank statements for it. So I don't know.
That's one way of clearing out your stock.
But yeah, there was some workers though that had just got stuck with thousands of DVDs. I was like, man, eBay time. You can set yourself up a eBay store and start selling some damn DVDs.
Mm. So they were a bit like Blockbuster.
Yeah, but they were just machines. And they
Right.
were at like gas stations and grocery stores, and you go up to it and they'd have like all the new movies in there. They'd have regular DVD, Blu-ray, and you could rent them for a couple dollars a day.
Right.
Or you could buy DVDs. They would sell them at a machine too. Like if you wanted to buy it, you could just buy
Is
it if you wanted.
Blockbuster still in business?
No.
There's one
Only the one
Blockbuster still
store.
open. There's one still open on Washington, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere in the US.
And that place does some business because of the hype around it.
Yeah.
They sell a lot of memorabilia, a lot of merch. And people, you can still go in there. You can still get yourself a rental card for renting movies. They still rent movies. You can buy movies. They still sell movies. And they sell a lot of different merch, Blockbuster merch. And they kind of kept the old nostalgia of the store. But because of that, they're not around anymore. Like there's no movie rental places anywhere anymore. That place has now found a nice little niche that
Yeah.
people are thousands of people flock there every year to go check this place out. They buy a T-shirt, they buy a couple movies. Some will sign up for rental cards just because they can have one in their wallet. I mean, the place has found a nice little market,
Yep.
and they don't need to expand. Just stay in that one store. Don't try to expand it out to try to feed off of that. Just leave that one store, let it be, and you guys will be set for the rest of your lives.
Mm.
People keep coming.
Hmm?
People will still come.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that's the best marketing strategy is just playing off that this is the only one, period.
The one that confuses me is HMV. They keep going into administration. It's a music store over here. And yet they get bought out of administration. They close a few shops down and just continue. Yeah. And they're still selling DVDs and CDs and stuff.
Mhm.
Why don't they get to the digital age? Yeah. Where you go in, you buy a memory stick at the door, and then you just go to a computer and you just click and you just drag and drop the songs onto your memory stick.
Mhm.
Right. And then you check out with how many songs you've got done.
What's up, Brenda? Jim, Jody.
Yeah, I mean they started off as a big record label back in the day
Yeah.
with His Master's Voice, the one with the little dog sat next to an old phonograph.
Yeah. This goes to show how innovation can end a business.
Mm.
How much has she spent? You spent £8.74 at B&M. I think I should ring the bank. No, I didn't. I'm sat in my living room. What are you talking about?
Finds out it was Laura's V-Bucks spending for the week.
Not in B&M, it isn't. Although she does want to buy some V-Bucks on Thursday. I've said I will consider it.
I'm still trying to work up the guts to do some flying down here over the water with that Neo.
I
I
don't think
would not do that.
I'd bother putting the Neo over water.
Well, it's not that far away, it's like about maybe 50, 60, 70 yards at the most across the river, and I don't know.
I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. But the that plus the idea of trying to get any video that I capture off the drone. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let us know when you're doing it, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
And then the other thing too, David, is what I don't know. Nobody seems to answer it. Since it's sub 250 drone.
Yeah.
Do I need to register it with the FAA?
Only if you're using it for Part 107 stuff.
The
Well,
commercial.
I'm a Part 107 license, but I would never use it for commercial use.
Then you don't. So long as you're only using it for recreation, you don't need to register it.
So on it, all I need to do is put my identification, such as my name, address, and telephone number, right?
Yeah, you don't even really need to do that if you don't want to.
I think you've got to put your flight number, don't you?
No, because that's basically your registration number. So that's the equivalent of registering it, kind of thing.
Well, see, that's what I don't know. I don't know if anybody has
See,
registered.
when Laura flies a drone, there's a number she has to put underneath the drone. Well, she puts it
Yeah.
underneath. You put it anywhere.
Yeah, you've got to put your operator ID on.
That's the one. Then that apparently identifies her to anyone.
That's the same number you put on every drone. Whereas
Well,
I think
see, here,
with
every drone you register, you have to register it under its serial number. And they assign you with a FAA number, and you have to put that on the drone.
yeah, you get a separate number for each drone you register, don't you?
Yep.
Well, maybe it's worthwhile doing if. Does it cost anything?
Yes.
No.
$5 per drone or something there.
$35 a drone.
35. I thought it was only 5.
No, $35 to register.
And just think, in a couple of years' time, your drones won't even be worth that.
I mean, ours it's 10, 11 pound for a year for your your operator ID, which
Yeah.
will cover you for as many drones as you've got. And if you're flying anything over 250 grams, you need a flyer's ID as well, which is just like passing your trust test.
Yeah. So what we want to say is,
That's free for 5 years.
if there's any UK regulators and government that are watching, no, we don't want to go down the American route.
Yeah, it'd be expensive.
Yeah, the likes of Welsh Rob, who's got, I think he's got about 16 drones or something stupid.
I've got 11.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys my FAA stuff. Because you guys are different.
Mm-hmm.
What are you eating?
Share. When I go to the FAA drone United States Department of Transportation, this is my Part 107 dashboard. And what it does is it tells me I've got 3 active devices at this time, 21 canceled devices.
Yeah.
So here is all of my drones that I have registered over the years. A Mavic 2, Mavic 2 Enterprise, Mavic 2 Enterprise, Spark, Mavic Air, Mavic Mini, Inspire 1 version 2, Mavic Air 2, Mavic Air 2, Inspire 1 version 2. Those are all canceled. That's just page 1. Here's page 2, Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic 2 Mini, Anafi Thermal.
I'll be back in a couple of seconds, otherwise there's going to be a smoke alarm going off.
And so here's the active one. Is it Air 2S?
Hi, Jim, JD.
Yeah, Air 2S.
Yeah, you should have 2 Air 2Ss and a Nano, unless you've not registered
There's
Nano.
there's the Nano right there.
Yeah. because the Nano didn't need to be registered because that's under 250 as well.
So.
Oh,
But that was my question. I haven't had a chance to ask anybody else. And I thought maybe you guys might know about the United States. If I have to register a sub 250 drone at all, if I'm not going to use it commercially. Yeah, that's they're unregistered. All of those drones. It said in red, but it gives you your inventory. Yeah, I get that, Frank, but I'm not monetized to do anything with anything that I shoot. It's all out there freebie stuff. JD. The yeah, I didn't think I had to. I didn't know for sure
You know what? I mean,
whether
what
I
I
need
missed.
to register my Neos.
Well, technically, if you're using it for 107, yeah, but you're not monetized. So what are you ever going to use that drone for 107 wise?
Not
You're not
at
technically
all.
making money off anything. So
No,
because you can choose to fly recreational or 107. So
right.
if you want to keep that as a recreational bird, don't register.
Yeah.
You don't need to register it. I don't
Well,
think
the
you
only
should
thing I
have
was
to.
wondering is should I take and stick like even like under the battery, maybe something that identifies who owns the drone.
Paul, to be honest with you, bro, that's not a drone that should be going far enough away from you where that's a concern. Just saying. I mean, but you could always put a label on it if you want. Your like name and phone number. I
Well,
think you should do that on all
what
your
I was
drones.
thinking about using is just, I'm sure you have them too. You get them sent to you. The little stickers with your name, address, and telephone number on it.
Yeah, that's why I said you should do that on all your drones. Put one on the outside of the drone and put one under the battery port. That way, if somebody finds it, they're more likely to call you and want to return it to you.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jody, and he's not monetized. So technically, Paul doesn't really make any money off any of his stuff. So he's 107, but he don't actually do anything 107.
Yeah, I just always believed if you could get the credentials, get the credentials. I've never monetized or never made anything or used it done any commercial flying. So
Right. A lot of people have done it because it gives them more flexibility to do certain videos that they want to do that you couldn't do as a recreational pilot. Like if you happen to be in a city and you want to, catch that really tall building that's over 400 feet. Well, guess what? Now you're 107. You can go higher than that,
Right.
and then you can go a certain height over the building. So a lot of people that are 107 in the drone community that I know, a lot of them aren't professional flyers. They just, well, I'm saying in a business sense of making money, a lot of them just went and got it just to get it, like you did. They didn't really need it.
I see a news flash just came up on my other computer. 7 killed as ferry dock collapses on U.S. Atlantic coast off Georgia.
A ferry dock collapse. Oh, wow.
Yeah, ferry dock collapses on U.S. Atlantic coast off Georgia.
Didn't hear nothing about that. Yeah, Jim, it don't hurt for him to put his info on, but honestly, that drone shouldn't be going that far from you anyway, to where it should be an issue of you losing it. Not really made
Oh.
for that.
Laura came in and shouted, "Shut up, Justin!" But I was muted, so I saved you, Justin.
Shut up, Justin.
Like, honestly, no, absolutely not. And honestly, Laura would get more use out of a fucking Neo than she would a Mini, I think.
No.
Is that what you're gonna get her, David, as a Neo?
No.
Hey,
That'd
wait,
be-
hold on, David, hold on. There could be a trade here. You want an African gray?
Yeah,
Oh, they both fly.
it's called give and take.
Now you got to remember, David, that
that's a
Neo's
wise-
only Neo's under 200 pounds.
That's a wise move.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She said
He
no.
David gets the African
Uh.
gray, and
Now she's like, hell no now.
Laura gets a Neo. All right, David. Good choice, David.
No, but honestly, like if somebody like Laura was choosing a drone, I think a Neo would fit her better. Because she likes to do like little walking vlogs and little things like that when she's out and about. And that's the type of drone too you could throw up somewhere and it not really be that noticeable. You just want to get a quick shot of like.
Well,
the
it's
side of a
noisy,
lake or
but
something.
yes.
Well, every drone's noisy to a certain extent.
Well, this has got a higher pitch. It's obnoxious. Anywhere if you've got it down 50 feet, above 50 feet, it quiets down. But just if you're 0 to 50 feet, it's noisy.
Island Dock left 7 dead and turned celebration into tragedy. Investigation is underway.
Oh, you pulled up the news?
No, Lance. Well, I did, but Lance put the link in the chat, and I clicked on it to look at it.
Okay.
But yeah, 7 people died from it. Wow. Yeah, it was an island out in Georgia. I guess maybe on a lake or something. I don't know. But yeah, they were
Either
ferrying
it was a dock that was next to an island, you know.
I'm going to my computer.
Laura,
Yeah.
let us know how you make out with your new Neo, okay?
So it looks like 20 people fell into the water. And okay, get out of my way. Yeah, 20 people fell in there, but 7 of them ended up getting killed. Nothing. Well, it sucks, man.
That's terrible.
You gotta love the media, haven't you? Talk about scaremongering. we're due for a budget this week, and they're saying that under new rules, people with schizophrenia will not be classed as disabled and must get a job.
What?
That's in the UK.
Yeah.
If, in other words, if you're diagnosed with schizophrenia in the UK, you don't qualify for any kind of assistance. You got to get a job.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Because like anything else, I would imagine there's different levels of schizophrenia.
Yeah.
FPV
Right, look.
noisier. The Neo's not considered an FPV drone though, Jim.
You don't actually diagnose you with schizophrenia anymore. They always give it like a weird name, like emotional personality disorder. What's that? Schizophrenia. Oh, all right then.
Yeah, because you got to be like, what is it? You got to be on a bunch of medication when you're schizophrenic too.
Yeah.
I mean,
know.
granted, there are people that are schizophrenic. If they're taking their medication, they can be fine as far as being in society. But the minute that the problem is though, is, you know, a lot of people that have mental disabilities like that are supposed to take medication, a lot of times they don't want to take it, or, you know, they refuse to take it. And then that's when it becomes a problem.
No.
So yeah, that's, I mean, I guess they could work technically, but they still need some kind of supervision. Somebody needs to be paying attention to
They
them.
can't be left alone. Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm saying somebody needs to make sure they're taking medication and all that, but they got to have some kind of supervision. They can't just be left out in the wild by themselves.
But what happens when they take the medication and it makes them want to go to sleep?
Yeah, I don't know. Depends on, I guess, what kind of medication they're on, how severe it is.
Well, some people are on the highest dose of olanzapine,
Oh, okay, Jim.
which is a highly restricted drug.
Hmm.
And some people, they forget to take it every now and again. And then they want to die. I'm not going to say any names, David.
I don't know if a schizophrenic person over here can live off a disability. I'm not sure if that's a thing over here, or if they actually have to work, but they just get benefits for like their health care and stuff. I'm not sure.
Schizophrenia is when you get voices telling you to hurt people.
I know what it is. I'm just saying it's
It's a multiple personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's different types of it.
disorder. It's,
Right,
it's what I've been diagnosed with, right? Now, if I get a job, I'm not going to hurt you, or you, or you, or you, or you, or you, or you. But I may have one of them episodes where my head just suddenly says, it's time to die. Yeah? And I'm working on a big machine. So I chuck myself in it, and then all my colleagues around me have to come and help. You know, you're putting people at risk. Always gone to sleep.
there was some videos on YouTube where you could listen to them, and it kind of gave you an idea of how what a schizophrenic hears. Yeah, I watched it one day. It was kind of weird. It was like just kind of all these voices just talking in your head and shit.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people with voices or personality disorders, they don't hear it on a scale like you think in these videos. You know, I've seen these videos and films where people have got like millions of voices going. It's not like that. No, when I get the voices, starts off with a, you know, in the back of your mind, and then all of a sudden, it's like, you're horrible, you're disgusting, you're a nasty person, you should die, you should do this, you should do that. Nobody likes it. And then it gets on and on and on. And the more you try to argue with it, the worse it gets. Sometimes I just put headphones on and blast music down my head ears. And then a couple of days later, I've got ringing in my ears going, oh.
Try standing next to the speakers at a Motorhead concert.
Uh,
Try standing next to the speakers at a McFly concert when they hit that guitar going,
No, I have stood next to the speaker
"Wow."
at concert. Mm.
call the freaking bus company tomorrow because they did not. That lady, I can't get a hold of that lady. So they said if you can't get a hold of the person, call them on Monday. So texted her and I've tried calling her 2 or 3 times. Nothing. So
Was this for your job?
yeah, for training on Monday.
Is that because she doesn't recognize your phone number, perhaps?
I mean, but yeah, but
Or
I
she does
sent a very
recognize the number.
yeah, but I sent a very detailed text message explaining who I was and why I was contacting them, and that I needed to get a hold of them for training on the bus. Like they should have took that from the text message I sent them.
Yeah.
And then the lady at the bus driver was like, "Well, you know, some of these older people don't text message." I'm like, "That's not my problem. I text message her and I tried calling her 3 times. Not my problem. Learn how to use your damn phone."
Good morning, Uncle Bill.
Morning, Bill.
Bill,
That's Uncle Boy's toys. What are you talking about?
Hey,
That's
there's
what that's
Joe.
what Chris Hope said. Uncle Boy's
Bill.
toy. I mean, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. Uncle Boy's toys.
Oh, yeah. Bill's not halfway up the screen. Morning, Bill.
oh, he said it when Joe came in, which confused me. I was like, "Hey, wait a
Yeah,
minute,
it really confused me
it's not
too.
Bill."
So, hold on now.
I happened to see that he checked in up there at 10 a.m. So it's 10:16 now, so that was 16 minutes ago.
Oh. Yeah, I was on Johnny's thing, and when we got off, we sat there and talked for a while.
Did you learn anything over there?
Nah, Lance wasn't there.
How was
No, Lance was here.
Yeah,
how you
that's
been doing with your Neo flying?
Well, I'm gonna go fly it today. That's what I'm gonna go do. Johnny flies it inside, and he said he's got no satellites. It don't make sense.
I'm wondering.
I'll be right back.
Paul was saying earlier that he was figuring out whether he wanted to take that thing out over the water.
No.
I was like,
Well, I was
If he's
thinking
doing it with the RC2, yeah, that's okay. Just make sure you got a home point.
I could fly the ship, you know.
Well,
but the
like I
thing
said,
is you got to watch the wind through there too.
make sure you have a home point though,
Yeah.
because don't go away. What's going to happen is if you fly it autonomous by itself without any controllers, is automatically going to land. It's not coming home. If you fly it with the RC2 or the motion controller with the goggles, it gives you a return to home point, and it will come back.
Yeah, it doesn't return to home when it's flying itself.
Yeah, and it will land over water. You know.
Mm.
Well, my biggest thing he's got to worry about in there is there's always a pretty decent breeze going down that river. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have to watch that because that
Well,
thing's not.
the thing of it is, if I get in there early enough in the morning, there is no breeze. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to watch all that very
I
closely.
just been nervous about doing it.
Yeah, I don't know about fly it over water. I don't think I'm gonna fly this one over water.
Try flying.
Like I said, I'm going to a little playground today. It's not a playground, it's a little business that they have about 15 or 16 playground equipment, different configurations. And I'm gonna go sit over there and I got 3 batteries, all charged. I'm gonna fly through the thing. Every hole I can find, I'm gonna go through. Just fly it around for about 5 minutes and come back and put a little. Now this is the playground, it's like that, video.
Can you just put your disclaimer up for that last statement, please?
For
Jim
what?
said he flew
If
the.
all you can find, you're going to go through.
Nah,
Joe,
that's
have
all
you
right.
tried
Different kind of hole.
flying? Have you tried flying the Neo with just a cell phone?
Yeah, it couldn't do it in here. As soon as
didn't
it would
work.
take off, it go flying into the wall. But Johnny says he flies it with outside. It works good with the cell phone.
I'm thinking maybe it's just the receiver they're using for the GPS is just not strong enough to be inside a building.
Well, like I said, Johnny, but he's in a little house, so he's only got the roof above him, and he had no satellites, and the sucker was hovering. He walked around and followed him. So it's like, I'm thinking, I'll be honest with you, I'm either thinking that it's a batch of it or it's the firmware and it's not picking up right on all of them. I got a feeling in about a week you're gonna get another update, and it might change some things.
Jim said he flew it with the iPad, no GPS, Wi-Fi only. Have you tried that?
No, I haven't tried it with
through the
iPad.
Wi-Fi, or just tried flying it with just Wi-Fi? I
never tried it. I might try that.
Maybe it has a difference to maybe it has
Maybe
a
the
different
sensors work
mode.
different.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe it works different when you have it on
I'm gonna have to
Wi-Fi.
figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
gonna
know.
be, I guess the phone would be Wi-Fi to it, right?
Right, it would be
Yeah.
if it was like the Tello, you would look under your Wi-Fi selections and you would pick the drone itself as your Wi-Fi network, and then it should connect. But how you
I
get
might
it
try
to
that.
broadcast that signal, I don't know. Maybe it's different. Yeah, maybe you have to be in that mode in order to fly indoors. They
Yeah, it
just
might
didn't
be.
tell anybody that.
But how do you do that on a controller?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to fly with a phone or iPad, though.
Yeah.
You'd have to use the on-screen controls, probably.
There's a
As
lot
you
of
said.
videos of flying good indoors, but it's houses, not apartments,
He's saying Wi-Fi about a 50-meter range. What Jim said. Which makes sense. I mean, you don't only get so far with your Wi-Fi signal.
So 50
Yeah,
meters,
well,
just a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
get-
over 200 feet, right?
50 meters is about 160 feet.
That's way bigger than most people's houses. So
It's limited to the distance away and the height that it will fly when it's being used with the phone.
yeah, try that. Maybe you have to have it in that mode in order to fly indoors. Although he didn't say he flew it indoors, so I'm just assuming because that's how you fly the Tello. And it flies fine inside, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, how's it going? Because he's still here.
Huh.
He must be driving down to see his dad, do you think?
He might be, I don't know. He didn't mention anything
Is it
last
down
night.
or up or over or whatever? I don't know.
I thought he was talking about going fly or something today.
I think it's up. Yeah, he did say that he might do some flying today because he didn't have
Yeah.
to do some stuff.
Yeah, he said that. Then he said he had a couple of projects to do, so didn't know
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Carburetor to change on his dad's weed whacker. And
You
the
know,
car
the
was
other interesting
carbs to
thing
do on a motorbike.
is, Joe, is that somebody did a YouTube video it says you don't need to take this cover off in order to get good quality video.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you do. You got to
Yeah.
take that off.
Yeah, because I'm assuming the gimbal doesn't move with that on there, right?
Oh yeah, it moves up and down, but that's
gim-
all the gimbal does do is move up and down. In there.
Yeah, it doesn't do any sideways movement. It uses electronics.
Yeah, but that'd be too dark. So it's not.
Well, I would imagine he was using it in bright sunlight. I don't know, but
Yeah, he's trying to use that as an ND filter, but I wouldn't leave it on.
No.
well, I would think it'd be shiny.
Well, not only that, is the plastic's not really designed as a lens, so it's probably going to look funny.
Mm.
It'll probably look all warped and weird looking and shit. Because it's not really designed to be a lens.
Bill says he's still in bed, being lazy.
Oh. So are you going flying today, Bill?
Laura's telling you to show up, Joe.
Yeah, shut up, Joe.
I'm not paying attention.
Good way to ruin it. Well, I mean, if the actual cover isn't actually touching the camera at all, then it shouldn't hurt it at all. But still, I don't think that it would look good flying with it on anyway. I mean, I guess if you were just buzzing around the yard and you weren't actually using the camera, like maybe if you were, if you were just like visually just flying it around the yard in circles, just whipping it around, having some fun.
Yeah.
And the gimbal's not actually being touched by the cover, I wouldn't see an issue leaving it on for that. If you're not actually using the camera to fly, you're just kind of playing around in the backyard or something. Is actually that would probably be better in the long run anyway if you accidentally hit something.
Yeah, they were talking about how they don't think you can hurt anybody. This little drone. I said the only way you're gonna hurt somebody is if you glue a pencil on it with a sharp point, fly it fast into somebody. Might hurt somebody.
I mean, you could always hurt somebody, whether it's life threatening or not. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Like you could hit somebody in the eye and fucking give them a black eye. If you hit them just right.
It'd be like throwing a frisbee at somebody.
Right. It's not going to kill them, but you could definitely bruise somebody. You hit them the right way.
Yep. Yeah, I got another Saints game to watch today, which I wouldn't want to watch them anyway, where they're playing. So I'm gonna definitely go fly some kind of way.
Bill got a biopsy?
Yeah, prostate. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday last week.
Well, I think it's really nice that David's going to get a Neo for Laura.
There it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, David's not listening.
So what you're saying that expecting a lot of rain in the UK, huh?
Oh, we've had a lot of rain. We don't need to expect it.
Well, I mean, when she gets the batteries and starts charging up the fly, it'll rain every day again.
So Ozzy got introduced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, huh?
Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Introduced. You mean inducted?
Yeah, inducted, whatever.
Laura says she doesn't want a drone, Justin.
One thing I never understood was why other genres of music have been put in there. I never understood that because it's not just rock and roll, like people that have been put in there. Like, there's actually been like rappers and different genres of music.
Long as they put Tiny Tim in there, I'm all right.
What was wrong with Tiny Tim?
A lot.
Besides, he was a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, well,
He made a lot of money at it.
aren't the majority of rock singers weirdos?
Yeah, but he was on
Somebody
a.
ought
Would
to
you really have considered him rock though?
No.
So it'd be interesting for somebody to do a Tiny Tim then and now.
Tiny Tim's dead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a long time. What even
No.
kind of music would you even classify his music as?
Weird.
Because I don't even know what genre to put him in.
I'll tell you who could do it. Don could do it.
No, you'd have to find the right subgenre.
Yeah.
I want that new Tesla robot.
See, I mean, most people only remember Tiny Tim for one record.
That's not a bad price
What?
for this Tesla robot. It's only between like, because if you look at like a lot of the other companies that are building robots, like they're ridiculous price, like $500,000 $1 million. He's saying that it's going to be between 20 to 30,000, and this
That's
is
not
like
bad.
a fully functioning walking robot. It's actually not that bad of a price from what I've seen from other companies that are working on shit like that. Like Honda's been working on that. Was it the Osmo bot for years? I think it's called Osmo or something. And that thing's like over $1 million. Something ridiculous. That's pretty cool though. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's not like out of reach for a lot of people. Yeah, 20 grand for a helper, Dusty. You put one of those in the heavy equipment as your heavy equipment operator and go sit in the truck all day. Let them do the work.
How big is it?
I mean, from the couple of pictures, that one picture didn't really show up, but the other couple pictures I saw, it looked like it was probably around 5, maybe 6 foot, somewhere in there. Maybe 4. Might have even be 4. It's hard to tell from the pictures, but it's pretty good size.
Lord help me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody shoot me.
From the garden, by the garden, on the willow tree, come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Ladies in flowers will stray, we'll kiss the showers away, and if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, you fall in me and tiptoe through the tulips.
He did have a good voice, though, when you think about it.
Oh, God.
Paul,
Yeah.
don't do that ever again.
Yes, Dusty, I watched the video and then I was reading that article about it too. And Bill said he met him back in 1981 and he smelled like a homeless person. That was one
Yeah,
thing I watched.
That's what I heard.
I actually watched one of those videos where they like do like 10 weirdest celebrities or whatever, and he was on one of the lists for that of somebody's video I was watching. And that was one thing they said. They said that his hygiene was horrible. And the way he talked to his I think he had one or two kids, but he referred to him as the child. He didn't call him by their name. It was like the kid or the child or something. He referred to him like he just had this like weird relationship with his kids. Yeah, he just yeah. Bill said he reeked. That's what they said in that video too. That his hygiene was horrible.
Yeah,
Oh, who was?
He was born in April 1932. Died in 30th of November 96.
There was one celebrity too that was on that list, and they said he never wore fucking deodorant or anything because he didn't believe in it. And he would always stink really bad. I just can't remember who it was.
Oh my God. He was actually called Herbert Burton Lowry.
Yeah, it might have been Matthew McConaughey. Because he doesn't like wearing deodorant. Which I find kind of weird. Dude, there was a few times I walked out of the house and forgot to put deodorant on. I freaked out, went to Walmart and got one of those little travel sticks. Like,
Yeah.
nah, dude, I can't go all day without deodorant. Fuck that.
Nobody'd notice, would they?
What do you mean nobody would notice? You start sweating real bad in the middle of summer in Florida. You're
How,
gonna be
how many
smelling
people
horrible.
come up and start sniffing you?
Have you ever smelled somebody that's been working for 4 or 5 hours and hadn't had deodorant on?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's not
God,
good.
it's nasty. You can smell them for 10, 15 feet away. There was a guy when I was a manager at Walmart, I've told this story before, and it was one of the most embarrassing conversations I ever had to have with an employee because he refused to wear deodorant to the point to where we couldn't get within 20 feet of him and we'd be gagging. He smelled so bad. So we had to pull him aside. We actually went outside because he smelled so bad in the back and had a private conversation with him. One of the managers store used a 2-pack of deodorant and gave it to him and told him he could have it. And he still came back 2 days later and did the same thing, and they ended up firing him over hygiene because he refused to put deodorant on.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had one
it's
at Pizza Hut
nasty,
like that.
dude.
I had this guy at Pizza Hut. He was about 6'6", and if he walked by, I had when they hired him before I was GM. And when I got there, when he walked around after he went on a few deliveries, he came back by me one time. I said, "Come here, man. We gotta talk. You can't be walking through the store smelling like that." And we had a big tip fund. I went over and I got deodorant and everything for him. I said, "Here, if you don't have the money for it, here, you know." And a couple of days later, he was doing the same thing. I told him, I said, "That's grounds for termination in a restaurant." And he gave me a hard time about it. I want to terminate him.
Yeah, it's not that hard. And like I said, it's just, oh yeah, it's really bad, dude. It's like I said, if I knew I forgot to put deodorant on, which it's happened a couple times, I immediately will stop somewhere and buy a little dollar stick in the little travel section at Walmart, and then throw it in the car or put it in my pocket and use it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'm going all day without deodorant on. That's nasty.
The ironic part about that, the guy worked for me, right? And I fired him over. The area coach knew it. He was a good worker. And they were opening a new store, and she called him up and she says, "Look, I got a position for you here, but you're gonna be working with me, you know. And if you're gonna work with me, I better not smell you once." So he went to work for her for about 8, 9 months up there, but she was running the store trying to train a manager. And about 8 months later, he started not wearing the deodorant again. So she let him go.
We ended up having to let that guy go. And then we had another guy that had really long dreads, and you could tell he hadn't done nothing with them in years, and they smelt really bad. And the management told me, like, you've got to do something about it. You've got to literally either unbraid them and wash your hair or something. He's like, because you smell horrible.
What about?
And that was like one of the most awkward conversations to have with somebody.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Very awkward, dude. I felt so out of place and have that conversation with somebody. We had a female manager that smelled like a corpse that washed up on shore 2 weeks ago.
That's bad.
Like me,
Yeah,
I'm one of
man.
those people. I shower in the morning and I shower at night before I go to bed. No. I can't smell myself. If I feel like I'm smelling myself, I'm like, nope. My sweat smells like roses and garlics. Yeah, maybe just garlic, Jim. Rancid garlic.
So you haven't flown a Neo since you flew it last time?
No,
You need to fly it.
yeah, I know I do, but it just it just makes me nervous because it's something different and new, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta try new things.
Yeah, that's what all my ex-wives used to say.
Yeah, I don't know, Bill. I can't go. I couldn't go a couple days without showering. I'd rather go 12 hours.
Killing me at the moment because I can't have a proper shower. I've got to just wash myself down.
Why? Because you're a medical.
Because yeah, because of the dressings. Yeah,
That still hasn't closed up.
not yet.
Yeah,
It's
been like
getting there.
weeks now.
Oh, it's been about 9.
Yeah.
It were a big hole. It was,
How many
3
more weeks do you have?
I reckon, another 2 before it's finally healed over.
Oh man, no.
It's starting to grow skin again now.
They don't have any kind of like any kind of medical covering or anything for situations like that. Like a waterproof like
Well, I
tape or
don't know.
something you could put over it.
I don't think they really want me to get any water or soap in the wound either.
Huh.
I think that's the main thing, because the soap will kill the bacteria that are making it heal.
Yeah, you would think they would have something you could put over it though that would keep the water out that you could at least get in the shower, do a light bathing. Yeah, that would suck.
I just
That would drive me nuts.
I just stand in the shower and wash myself with a face cloth.
It's like even people with casts will improvise when they get in the shower. They'll fucking tie grocery bags and shit over them.
Oh, if it was my legs, I wouldn't have any problems. I've got a plastic boot that I can put on that's made for that.
Yeah.
But it's a bit difficult when it's your bum. You'd have to wear, what's it? Pair of an adult diaper or something.
That's not a wound marked at your asshole. It's never gonna close up. I'm just saying.
Well, when it started off, it was 3 centimeters long, so 1.25 inches long, half an inch wide, and just over half an inch deep.
Oh. What are you all excited about? I looked over the other way. Loki come running over here, look like he's smiling at me. Loki, gotta use that paper.
What's the date today? Is the 20th.
20.
20th. Yeah,
All day.
only 11 more hump days till Christmas.
Yeah, 4 days till my birthday and 6 days till my anniversary.
Mm-hmm. And
Better not forget that anniversary.
16 days till the election.
I already got my
Thank
birthday
God.
gift. Sarah bought me a G-Shock for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Is it 11 days till Halloween?
Yeah, I don't do Halloween.
Yeah. It's the
Mhm.
31st.
31st, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be celebrating your election in the same way we always do on 5th of November.
Which is funny because Halloween's such a like big holiday in the US, but it's like one of the big holidays. It's not a federal holiday, so nobody gets it off.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
And it's
Catholic day.
and it always falls on a damn day that like everybody wants to go trick or treating, but it always falls on a damn school night. Seems like.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's because it never moves. It's always the same date. It's not the nearest month. So much stupid.
Sucks. Because then you'll be out till 7, 8 o'clock trick or treating.
Yeah, it's All Souls and All Saints Day, one after the other.
Actually, I might not be able to go this year because I got to start going to bed a little earlier now. I don't know. I'll also have to see.
And we used to celebrate it all the time. I haven't celebrated in years.
Mm.
And then they're saying that the kids might have to cut 3 days off of their Thanksgiving holiday because of all the days they've missed because of the hurricane and stuff. They might have to make it back up. So I'll have to see if they're going to do that or not. Because the federal government requires kids have to go so many days a year, and that's why kids have to make up snow days up north and stuff like that. Only time they ever got that exemption was during COVID when they shut all the schools down for almost a whole year. The kids were home doing all their work at home.
And they want to tell the schools to stop having so many inset days.
They may cut it off the Christmas break too. I don't know. I'm not sure which one they're going to do. But that's what the rumor was going around the other day when I was at the bus yard. I heard some people talking about it. So I don't know if they're actually going to do it or not. And they can always extend the school year by like a week too. Some schools will do that. They'll extend it into the summer break by like an extra week or something.
You don't have end of year examinations, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe the-
yeah, we have a state test. Yeah,
All right. Well, they
kids
still
have to take.
they still have to have that at the same time because isn't it the same test right the way across the state? So that if one school does it one week and the next school does it the next week, then people know what all the questions are.
No, because there's different versions of it.
All right.
So it's not like it's the same version across the board. One school could have a different version of it. I'd say that's the reason they do that, is for cheating purposes.
I mean, our O levels and A levels, which are like the end of 5th year and the end of 7th year.
Like a lot of exams like that, if they think you're cheating, they'll give you a different version of it.
Yeah.
There'll be a whole different set of questions.
Everybody takes the same version, but everybody does the exam at exactly the same time, right the way across the country.
Now here it goes by individual states are the ones that issue the exam. So each state's got different exams. It's not a federal exam.
Well, this is just the main one. Like at the end of when you're 16, then you take your O levels so that you know whether you can go into sixth form to do your A levels, and then when you're 18, you take your A levels, and that determines what university place you get.
Halloween is evil.
I agree.
I love the King of Queens episode about Halloween. Arthur
Yeah.
freaks the hell out.
How many days is Thanksgiving anyway?
Week.
No,
They get a whole week off. Yeah, they do.
we should get off like the Wednesday and then back to school Monday, I think.
They get a whole week off Thanksgiving.
What do we do now?
And then they get 2.5 weeks for Christmas and New Year's.
In fact, I'm not even sure we got Wednesday off. I think we went to school Wednesday. We had Thanksgiving off. We went back to school Monday or something like that. It wasn't.
And it's
Wasn't a whole week like that.
and it's not even, I would say actually it's right under 3 weeks they get. It's a little bit more than 2.5 weeks they get for Christmas and New Year's.
Well, no, I'm familiar with all that because we keep the calendar on the wall so we know when we're going to be inundated by
Kids, yeah.
at work. Yeah,
Mm.
the little darlings.
Man, you only get like holidays at the end of a term, don't you? So like Easter, Christmas, things like you don't get half terms as well.
What does that mean, half terms?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, we have 3 terms in a year for school. So you've got when they go back after summer until Christmas, then Christmas to Easter, and then Easter until they break up for summer. So they get the summer holidays, which is about 6 weeks. They get the Easter holidays, which is 2 weeks, and they get the Christmas holidays, which is like 2.5 weeks.
Well, that's the difference. They get a lot longer off for summer here.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
it's like 2.5 months or something like that.
yeah, but
Roughly.
then in between those, so like in October, beginning of October, they get a week off for half term. So it's halfway through that term. Then at Whitsun in May, in February, they get another half term. And then in May, they get a half term. So they get 3 extra 1 week holidays kind of thing. So altogether, I think they get like 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, maybe 13 weeks a year holiday. And I have a feeling that Manchester City just went in front and scored, seeing as how there were a massive cheer from my next door neighbours.
No. So you going flying today, Bill?
I don't know. We'll see if I feel up to it. Still not. I'm all right. And actually, if I go out and do stuff, it'll feel better. I'll still feel crappy.
What's up, Corey?
I mean, if it weren't for the complications afterwards, I'd probably be. I don't know. They stab you. That's what
Oh yeah.
I walk in. So, okay, this is where I get shanked, huh?
Hmm.
I actually thought that was funny. And piercing your colon wall, piercing all that stuff. But that's all fine. I don't have any problems from that so much. I mean, there's a little cramping and a little sharp pain here and there, but not so bad. But when I wasn't able to pee for a couple of days, that was bad.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, now wearing that catheter, first time with a catheter, hooray! That's off the bucket list. Yeah, and dealing with that. So I mean, I'm back now. I'm off the antibiotics, and that was making me feel kind of crappy. It's probably still leaving my system between that, the Flomax, and my regular regimen. Feeling a little dizzy and crappy. But I went to work yesterday. It was all right. Towards the end of the shift, I was feeling like I needed to get the hell out of there. Of course, it was a 11.5-hour shift too. So.
Right, Bill. Sorry, I was on the phone.
Hi, how you doing, Dave?
Yeah, sorry to hear your problems.
It's nothing compared to some people. It's just an inconvenience. And if it turns out to be cancerous, which it probably is, based on all the tests. I mean, I have to wait for the results, but it's not that big a deal, really. I mean, radiation is like 15 minutes once a week for 6 months or so.
It fucking takes it out of you, mate. Don't be thinking it's easy.
I take it you've not yet had the result of the biopsy, though.
No. But
You're just working your way up.
They know it, but they do that just so that the insurance will pay for the treatments afterwards. Because you have to. Here's the proof.
Yeah.
The MRI said it was 5 out of 5 probably cancers, but the doctor said he's seen when it wasn't. So we'll find out. I mean, there's something there. An aggressive lesion. So I don't know what aggressive lesion means. He must have had an attitude with the guy or something when he was taking a picture. Don't take my picture.
Little legion with boxing gloves on, going, "Come on, bring it on, bitch!"
Yeah. I'll bite your legs off.
But yeah, it's just what are you gonna do? It's not. I'm not. My life's not threatened, so I should be thankful for that.
Yeah,
I am gonna go in there and sit in and I think change out that carb on my dad's weed whacker because that won't take all that long. That's pretty amazing. I got a tune-up kit for a weed whacker. They came with the filter and the lines, new lines because the lines go bad, and bulb. I put a new bulb on the carburetor that existed, gave you a couple extra ones. But he left the fuel in it. You know what I mean? And the last time, who knows how many years ago that was. And I'm telling you, it looks like it was used one time. The amount of grass on the inside of the shield, it looks like he used it one time, and then just let the fuel just evaporate, which leaves the oil behind, which was like a sludge. So that's probably inside the present because I couldn't get, after I put the lines and the filter in it, I couldn't get it to start. I mean, they said a plug. I got a plug and the lines and a filter and extra bulbs, the priming bulbs, and it came with a carburetor for $19.95. That's pretty amazing.
Beat that. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and that's held on with basically 2 screws. Take the air cleaner off, and it's 2 screws that go straight, and the new gasket. So I may as well pop it on there. Why not? I think it's actually a little bit of an upgrade. The choke on it, how do you tell you the different positions to start it? That's a choke. And the butterfly, the one on the thing has 2 positions: choked and not choked. This one actually has 3. So I think it. So maybe it's an improvement. We'll find out. It's a home light piece of shit.
But it's like brand new. I gotta throw it away. I actually bought a battery powered one, cheap little. They got this Ryobi model, which is junk, but still, it was so light. The thing's less than 4 pounds. I mean, it was so light holding it like that. I think my wife can even handle it, so I might get one for her. And she doesn't like my gas powered one. It's too heavy for her.
Yeah, I had a Black & Decker electric one, and it was really light. The battery was heavier than the damn
Well,
weed wackos.
we had a battery one before. She didn't like it because of the weight. It's not like she can't pick it up and carry it. It's just after using it for 10 or 15 minutes, her shoulder starts to hurt her.
Yeah. So that's still Christmas present then, has it?
Yeah, a nice Christmas present. That'd be great.
Yeah, there you go.
It was nice knowing you, Bill.
I have an Echo Gas one that she won't even use. So she's like, we have a Black & Decker corded one, and she likes that because it doesn't have the battery. The only weight to it is the motor, which is down on the and she drags that 100-foot extension cord around the yard and like that.
I'm just going to say the gas-powered one's probably taller than she is, isn't it?
They're adjustable.
Yeah, they can be pretty tall though sometimes, depending on how good.
I mean, I got a pretty decent one. You know, I didn't get the cheap one. I got the Echo, but I made the mistake. I thought the one with the curved shaft is better because it's got a curved shaft, so you can hold it level and it. But
Yeah.
the straight shafts are better. I think it's easier to get at places like that. But mine
That's
will
what
never,
most women told me.
mine will never die because I take care of it. I empty the fuel out of it and then I run the fuel out of the carburetor, and I use nothing but ethanol-free fuel. You know, Rec 90 fuel in it, so it starts every time. First or second pull. Same thing with my. I've had electric, I've had battery, and I've had gas. The gas is the most powerful, if you really need it for whatever you're doing. So it's nice to have. But I might even had an electric chainsaw that was corded. A Homelite electric chainsaw was corded, and I used the shit out of that. It worked okay.
Yeah, I've got a Black & Decker one of them.
Yeah. I mean, and I like my gas one. I mean, I realized I need a new chain on it. I could sharpen it. That's a pain in the ass. They're not that expensive.
Mhm.
But yeah, I know this is boring talk. But, if you
Manly talk.
like messing with them and tweaking them and keeping them up and cleaning the filter and tuning them up here and there, if you like doing that kind of thing, that's great. And like I said, the advantages is you definitely get more power. An advantage over corded. You don't have to drag the cord around. But the batteries, they're getting better. This light little Homelite one, because it only has a 2-amp-hour battery, so it's only going to run for half an hour, probably 35, 40 minutes. It claims 40 something, but yeah, okay. But because the battery's light, is smaller. The unit itself was just so light, and it's only 80 or 90 bucks. 89, yeah, $89. So it's throwaway price. Get it if you like it. There's something to be said about taking it off the charger, popping in the battery, and you're ready to go. Only get the fuel, the mixed fuel out of the garage or out of the shed, and filling it up. Yeah. But I mean, if it runs right, that's really all there is to it. That there's afterwards dumping it out. But I got another project I just realized. I got to fix my picnic table. I don't know if I want to do anything heavy yet, though. But they say no heavy stuff for a little while. But the picnic table, I sat on it, and a wooden picnic table. You got your legs. My legs are treated wood. I bought the table from Home Depot or one of them a long time ago, and then over time, even though I put wood life on it, protected. Over time, they only give the only part that's treated are the legs. The seats is regular timber. So is the top. So I actually eventually had to replace the whole deck on it, the top on it, the table part. So I did that with treated, and so that's solid. but you know, it was rotting away and falling to pieces. So, you know, instead of buying another one, I figured I did that. Well, it'll be this. It's cheaper this way. I'll do this. And why get another one that's going to have regular pine and going to rot in my backyard? So I redid that, but now the seats are starting to go. And there's the cross member that's attached to your legs, that the seats are screwed to. Oh, they were regular timber too. And I thought that they were okay because they're underneath, they're kind of shielded. Now I sat on it and it went right to the ground. So I think I'm just going to finish it off and the whole thing will be treated by the time I'm done. I need a couple of 2x4 by 10 or one 2x4 by 10. I'm going to get a 12 because there's two short pieces that hold the seats together, you know, in the middle of the seats. And then the seats themselves, I'm going to need two 2x6 by 12s. And that'll be another little project. Maybe I'll film that. I don't know. You know, the funny thing is, we never sit out there at it. We have another table. We have a round table, you know, an aluminum round one with the patio chairs and umbrella, and we got that one. But that one is like if I'm using my weed whacker, I put it on that's where I put it when I go to fill it up. So really, it's like utilitarian. The dogs like it though. They're like Snoopy and the dogs. They like getting up on top of there and, you know, checking out the backyard. Yeah, you know, I'm talking about you, don't you? Said the dogs and the head went up. There's a project. Maybe I'll go for a run and buy the wood at least today.
Oh, Paul. Oh, there's Paul.
Use my 35 skill
I
saw.
fell down, Joe,
Doing
How'd you
what?
fall in?
into the door jamb.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. But you know, the thing of it is Bill, you're not my age, but the younger you get, the more your skin doesn't resist any bumps or whatever. It just feels just,
You mean the older you get, not the younger?
yeah, the older you get. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you now, Paul? 70, 72?
73.
73. Got me by 10 years there, Hots.
Yeah, and Justin,
Mhm.
I know you love it when I correct you, right? So I'm going to correct you again. Paul was correct. He is getting younger because this is how it works in life. You start off in nappies, having your mum change your nappies and stuff like that, and the carer and stuff. And then you get older and you live your life and get work like a slave. And then you retire and you go back to wearing nappies and having your nappy changed. You know, so he's on the getting younger scale.
So, Paul, what were you saying? Did you split your skin?
Ouch. Make sure you get that clean, Paul,
Yeah.
and get it checked at the doctor's.
The doctors. Come on.
He needs to at least clean it out and bandage it up there.
Yeah. We over here we have nurses at the doctor's. If we have a cut like that, we take it there and they make it all clean and
Yeah, but you can't get an appointment for 2 weeks, by which time it's healed.
no, nurses you can get an appointment on the day.
Not here.
Yeah, my nurse is at work right now. She'll be, she takes care of things that are difficult for me to reach. Good girl.
It's not pouring blood out. Do you have any big bandages, Paul?
No, I don't.
Or big band-aids?
Peroxide on that or something.
Oh, just some antiseptic ointment.
Did you lose your
The
balance?
peroxide make it bleed a little bit.
Well, I find as I get older, my balance isn't what it used to be, and I was walking through, and all of a sudden, boom! I went.
No.
What happened?
What kind of medication are you on?
None.
You don't take the ones you're supposed to get.
Mind you, the doctors say I've got labyrinthitis. which does the same kind of thing. It affects your inner ear, so you lose your balance, and if you stand up quickly, feel dizzy.
You can get that from low blood pressure too.
Yep.
That Flomax I have over there, they want you to take it an hour after eating because it can cause dizziness and lightheadedness. But you can pee, so there's a trade-off. You never really realize how you should appreciate the ability to pee until you lose it. I came out of the bathroom the first time after I took the bag out myself. By the way, I took the catheter out myself.
Mm-hmm.
I go, my wife, I peed. Oh, good for you. Like I'm sick.
Yeah, I know that.
Like I'm 3 years old. I pee by myself.
That's the 5 o'clock morning one, is it?
5 in the morning. No, that was when it first came out. But then there was another one a couple hours later.
You should have just left it in. It's much better just being able to say, I don't need to get up to go to the toilet.
Not particularly comfortable, my friend. And it also gets in the way when you're trying to pleasure yourself,
Well, Justin had one in, and he'd walk around the house and the cord would be hanging down, and the dogs would be chasing around going.
Pretty foul.
Right, Justin?
Absolutely not.
In fact, isn't that how you actually ended up pulling it out? You'd let the dogs pull it out?
No,
I thought that's what you did.
no.
They put some peanut butter on it and gave it to him.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny how far they said, I thought the thing was short, because they had the bag way up here at the top of my thigh. And it was like this little short little thing. I said, what they do, shorten it? Because I know I see when they take it out of the bag, it's all up there, baby. It was not, it's like it's like the magic trick when you're pulling the scarf out of your mouth. It's like, holy crap.
They're about 8 inches long, aren't they?
Last time I measured it was.
We're talking about the catheter, not your weenie.
He knows he couldn't find the weenie.
I don't know how Joe gets away with it. He goes to all these different events. All the young girls come up and start hugging on him and kissing on him and everything and rubbing on him. And
That's because they're high school girls. Most of the time when they get close to us, they go away. Now I got the junior high moms hugging on me. That's all right.
oh, there you go.
They all want a sugar daddy.
Shoot, I had one of the dance team's moms leaning all on me the other night talking to me. Telling me, yeah, I don't know how you do it. She goes, at every event I see like this, she goes, I got 5 kids and I don't have a husband. And she says, and I don't have time for things, but you all over the place. And she looked pretty nice too. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, you just gotta pace yourself.
Yeah,
So
but
she was trolling you?
She was trolling me.
you said those words there though. 5 kids.
Yeah, she said she had 5 kids, 2 of them on the dance team. The other ones, I don't know what they do, but she was leaning against the pole. I was waiting for a parent to bring me a picture that I did for them because they cropped somebody off. And I'm sitting there, and she's leaning all on me on the pole, talking to me. So I don't know how you do all of this. You're at every event. Thanks what you do for these boys and these students here.
Well, Joe, you ought to get T-shirts made and have them buy them. Joe Tributani fan club.
Well, you got that wrong. Trombatory.
Tributari.
Single Single and
It
available.
might be better to change it, you know.
Big Joe's Barmy Army.
like Lance said that he's gonna drop my name when something's not getting done. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can remember when I wasn't famous.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I can't wait for him to
Good
come
on
on.
you.
I'll tell him that.
High school girl, to be a sugar daddy for a high school girl, at least that's,
Shh.
it's cheap.
All right.
No, no,
I got-
no, no,
You,
no,
nope, nope. Yeah, that conversation now. Everybody
no,
stop. Back it up.
no,
All you gotta do is have your own car. That's it. It doesn't take much. Enough money
no.
to take them out to lunch. Sugar daddy.
Burger and an ice cream. Yeah.
Well, Justin's got a daughter that's just about old enough to be getting.
No, no. Now it's a whole different story when I go by Johnny and I go to the college games. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, no. Because then sugar daddy it's a whole new plateau. You gotta have more than just.
Those are called sugar babies.
Yeah, those are, yeah.
And it's
And the good
actually a
news
thing.
about it. Yeah, the good news about it, I'm taller than everybody on the dance team over there. All of them a little short.
Yeah, it must be a bunch of midgets over there dancing.
I'm telling you, they're like 5
You're
foot.
to me, you're small, Joe. Like you're small.
I'm 5'6",
compared to me.
they're like 5 foot. I used to tell them, shoot, I feel like I'm in Japan.
Shit, me and Bill would tower over you if we were standing next to you.
It's all right.
I think Bill's slightly taller than I am.
6'2".
Yeah, I'm 6'1", so yeah, you're just a tad bit taller.
Well, I mean, I was 6. I've always been 6'2". I might be shrinking. You know, old age that happens.
Yeah. I'm between 5'6" and 5'7" as well.
6. I may be 6'1" now. I don't know.
But that's all right. Though. I had that line, that cornerback, that 6 foot cornerback, come flying through and try to take me out the other night. And he wound up on his back. Because I might be 5'6", but I got 250 pounds to hit you back with.
Shut up, Corey.
Yeah.
I never actually took the pills. They were just in my medication.
I'm gonna have some coffee. I think I could be brave now and drink fluids. Oh, it's so exciting. You know what I'm gonna do because they set you up for agony. You know, because it doesn't always happen. You know, this is something that could happen. So of course it did, and they had to drink lots of fluids, like a good little soldier, doing everything they told me to do. I think I drank 6 of these, you know, that night, and I retained pretty much all of it. Yeah, it's like I went. So you know, I like this urologist though. I didn't have to go to the hospital. They took me right in, took care of me. Although he was late, sitting there waiting. They took out 700 milliliters,
All right. Was that you?
like 24 ounces of liquid.
On what? Why'd you do that?
What's going on?
Dumbass.
What's going on?
What was
Yeah,
that?
they're always-
Cupboard doors.
Just doing what?
She had butted the cupboard door. She opened the cupboard door and forgot it was open and headbutted it.
Well, you gotta watch where you're walking.
Coffee.
You didn't break the door, did you?
Probably did.
They say, shut up, Justin. Shut up, Justin.
Just leaving random ass shit open around the house.
Probably overhead kitchen cupboards.
Did you hear that, Justin?
Yeah.
No,
Tell
Zoom.
Justin to shut the fuck up.
No, because Zoom filters out a lot of bullshit.
Not working your end.
Oh man.
Anyway, good chatting to you last night.
Smelling like the gates of hell. What?
How late were you on, Justin?
I
You
didn't
didn't
end up
go-
going
you didn't
on
go
because I
live.
was, yeah.
Oh, I thought you
Yep.
did.
No, I ended up doing something else. But I think next week I'm gonna start back on
Friday night?
Fridays for. I'm either gonna do Friday, do a live stream, and then Saturday gaming stream, or vice versa. I just haven't decided yet. I gotta get an intro together for a live stream.
What's new with Tim?
Well, just working.
We don't hear from him at all.
Yeah, he's not really doing the whole online thing right now. But yeah, he's just been working.
As long as it keeps him out of trouble, that's all that's important.
I mean, he's still like Friday night he played with us on the live stream. But yeah, he's just not really
Afternoon, Jonathan.
hanging
I mean,
around
Johnny-
YouTube much. He's
Who's
doing his
smelling
thing
like
like
the gates of
always.
hell? What?
I'm wondering if he's behind because we were talking about people smelling, but that was like 40 minutes ago. I don't know if he's behind in the live
Sorry,
stream. or-
Mano.
Oh, there's a lot of noise outside.
Joe, you're gonna go fly today, right?
Yeah, I'm going a little bit.
Just going by yourself or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Johnny's got some stuff he's doing. Like I said, I'm just going down the street to get that little play yard I want to fly around.
Okay.
Did the wooden boat festival yesterday, so I don't have to do it today.
Yeah, you won't be flying here. 26-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 49.
You just gotta fly in between the gusts.
Mm. It's typical now because it's a lovely sunny day.
It's pretty nice outside today too here. So let me see what the temperature is exactly. It doesn't feel hot outside or anything.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
only
it's 77. It's not bad.
Echo, what's 15 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit?
15 degrees Celsius is 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
59.
Yeah, it's 77 right now.
This,
Yeah, this whole week has just been really nice this past week.
a little warmer here. We're 80 down here. Still, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's been super nice down here where I'm at for the past week. It's been really nice. There's been a couple of days where it was like 70 out and just cool,
It's cool.
low humidity.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I think I might go buy the wood for that tape. I just like
Fucking
looking out the kitchen window, that bothers me sitting there broken like.
look at Donald. So I sleep with a different woman every night, or at least my wife's mood swings make it seem like I do.
Oh, Donald.
Yeah, just wait till she reads that.
Luckily, his wife doesn't watch none of this nonsense.
He's known him for years, so I'm sure she just takes it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, she knows when Donald's just being Donald, right?
I would imagine she knows him by now.
Nah, he's a good guy. I'm sure she appreciates him. Oh,
Yeah, a grain of salt and a dash of pepper.
Yeah.
more? No.
Oh, although going back to sleep for a couple hours sounds good too.
Okay.
Hey, so Mark, I had a Star Wars question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do the lasers and lightsabers, do they just cauterize the room we're at after?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess they would do. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Why not?
Well, besides the fact that there's no such thing.
There is such a thing as lasers, and
Not
they use them in surgery.
not lightsabers. Wow, silly.
Of course, lightsabers are real.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, there's lasers and drones. They got LiDAR.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in January you'll have one that's got LiDAR all around it, not just at the front.
You see what Don said? He got permission to tell that joke.
He did. The wife signed off on it, did she?
Said she's sitting next to me. I told her the joke before I typed it in.
Yeah, wait till he goes to sleep. So my mom told my dad one time. My dad got mad at her. I was about maybe 10 years old, and he was right at 6 foot. She was like 5 foot, and they got in I mean, it was a knockdown drag out. They were yelling and screaming at each other, and he turned around and he said, she started F this to him like this, and he couldn't stand that word. And he turned around and said, "You say that thing to me one more time, so I'll knock the teeth out of you," like that. And he was standing at the top of the stairs. She was about 2 stairs lower. She jumped up, punched him in the mouth, knocked the tooth out. Yeah, knocked the tooth out. He had to go to the hospital, split his lip, knocked the tooth out.
Wow.
And he's looking at it, and he says, "You're crazy, woman," like that. And she says, "Yeah, but you're gonna go to sleep, and this crazy woman's gonna cut your heart out, and I'm gonna wake you up and show you if you ever threaten to hit me again," like that. So I heard that as like a 10-year-old. So I'm in my room sleeping, and a couple of nights later they had argued again. A couple of nights later, I hear her go downstairs. I hear the knife drawer open up. And I'm thinking, it's all hitting I'm remembering everything, right? So she comes upstairs, and I kind of poke it into the room to see what's going on. And she gets on top of him. She got a butcher knife in her hand, and she's tapping him on the chest like this. And she had some bloody liver in her hand. And she woke him up, and she said, "Look, bitch." She goes, "There's your heart." We didn't have knives in the house for a long time.
She sounds like fun.
Real fun.
Yeah. We didn't have knives in the house for a long time.
Joe used to refer to her as Mommy Dearest.
Oh, she was crazy.
Sounds like fun. Bring her to parties, you know.
Yeah.
It's my husband's liver.
Yeah, she tapped him and she goes, "I cut your heart out, bitch," like that. And he looked up. He goes, "Son of a bitch." He's reaching his chest. He said, "You crazy." And he went downstairs, took the knife from him, went downstairs. All the knives were gone. We don't know what happened to him. He kept a couple of butter knives, I think it was.
You do damage with a butter knife.
Oh, I'm telling you. Hell with the butter knife, just get a pencil. See this little pin right here, Skillcraft pin? That's an old Marine Corps pin, right? Best weapon in the world. I can take you out with this easy.
Where are we gonna go? You gonna take me out?
No, not that kind of way.
Yeah, come on, man. Use a nice lunch in Texas. I like Texas. No, not Texas. Louisiana. Where?
Louisiana. Cajun
Never
meat.
mind. Same thing.
Yeah. A little less barbecue. Let's put it that way.
I like Louisiana too. I spent a little time there. I actually had a long time ago, before the states had computerized reciprocity with driver's licenses. And I don't want to get into why, but I had temporarily lost my Pennsylvania driver's license. My brother was he was stationed at Barksdale. So I went and stayed with him for 3 days and went home with a driver's license. For 5 years, I used that driver's license.
That worked.
Yeah, driving around Pennsylvania with a Louisiana driver's license. Even got pulled over one time in those 5 years. I got real nervous. But worked. Oh, I'm just visiting.
Yeah.
If you wanted a license in a different state, would you have to take the test again?
No.
No.
You turn in your old one.
All right.
You don't even have tests. You turn up at the DMV and you go, I want to drive my car. And you go, how do you stop the car? Press the brakes. There you go. Use your license. Fuck off.
They do a Sheldon Cooper.
I mean, I'm sure different states have different regulations, but Florida here, the thing that was annoying was transferring a vehicle from another state to here. Because, we have very, very cheap registration, everything's cheap. But if you bring a car from outside the state to this state, you actually pay a tax on it like you just bought it. So you declare a value for it, and you pay. It's like you just bought it. You declare a value for it, you pay state sales tax on it.
Yeah,
So
like in Michigan, when I moved to Kansas City, when I went to Kansas City, I registration here for my vehicle was like $12 a year. It was $185 in Kansas City.
That's not even that high. You should go to some states where it's ridiculous.
Yeah, go to like California.
There's
Pay like over $1,000.
You'd be surprised. I mean, there's all kinds of other. You pay a tax. You pay based on the weight. There's
Yeah.
Have carbon taxes and road taxes.
Ours can be on weight and on horsepower.
And
But
how
I-
much can you get out of you?
My 5 registrations, when I renewed them for my plates, this is for the motorcycle, two vehicles. My wife's
Be right back.
my pickup truck, which is a little more.
Okay, David.
See you, David. My truck, pickup, my wife's car, my motorcycle, my boat, because I have to renew that registration every year, the boat trailer, and I have a utility trailer in the backyard there. And all of that was $178 for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap in Florida because you don't have to do inspections and all that bullshit like New York and California and all that.
It's another thing, no inspections. Yeah.
Yeah, like they did in California, like it can be well over $1,000 to register a car every year and get the inspection done and all that. Yeah, it's not cheap at all.
The BMW would be £325 a year if it weren't for the fact that my disability pays for it for me, so it don't cost me anything.
Well, like I said here too, I paid $32 to register a car for a year, or you can just double it and pay for a 2-year registration.
With
Pay
a-
64.
With a discount, not 64.
Discounted. Yep. You get a discount for the second year.
Discount for 2 years.
Well, even if I doubled it, that's not very much money for 2-year registration. That's nothing. That's good, affordable for most people. The only bad thing about a car in Florida is just your maintenance on it. Because it was going to a mechanic's expensive. I
Mm.
don't work on my own cars, so I'm not
How's the
like
car
that.
insurance in Florida?
It's a little high. It's
A little
high.
high, yeah.
And it's a lot we have the highest percentage of uninsured drivers in the country.
Yeah, mine works out at £78 a month.
So because of that, I mean, you don't have to have it. It's not a law, but I get uninsured motorists. And that's by far the biggest chunk of my car insurance is the uninsured motorist part of it.
Yeah, in case the person that hit you isn't insured. Yeah.
Yeah, it turns your. Well, yeah, because even if you have basic liability insurance, if somebody hits you without insurance, they'll pay for your car, but then they'll sue that person for the money. That's what they did to me in North Carolina when that drunk driver hit me. He actually had a.
They can't get anything from it. You're SOL. That's why you want uninsured motorist on your insurance policy. Because then they pay you, and then they got to try to get the money back. It's on them.
Yeah, that's what they did when I got hit by that drunk driver in North Carolina. He
The
had a
majority
suspended
of-
license and no insurance.
Majority of our insurance companies include that as standard anyway.
I always get that just because it's a good thing to have because I've used it before. They paid me $4,500 or $4,700, and then they sued him for the money. By the time it was all said and done, this dude racked up almost 20 grand between fines and classes he had to take, AA classes and all this shit. He had to pay for all that stuff. And then the company suing him for the money. Yeah, he racked up quite a bill.
Mm.
I keep collision on my vehicles, but I have to on my wife's because it's still got a loan on it. It's a new car. Mine doesn't, but I keep it anyway. So I did give you an idea. That's a 2016 F-150. She's got a 21 Kona, and I pay, and you know, and I keep the policy. I don't get the cheapest protections, you know, but I have whittled it down quite a bit, you know, for certain things. I pay about $203 a month. There's two people with no accidents on their perfect driver. I got a safe driver on my license because of that.
Yeah, I have it too, and it doesn't seem to give you any kind of discount.
They say it does.
At least I don't know. My insurance has always been pretty high, even though I've never been in any accidents. The only accidents I've been in were I got hit by a deer, which was not my fault, and I got hit by a drunk driver, which was not my fault. That's the only two accidents I've ever been in.
Yeah, that's what's funny. In a no-fault state, even if it's not your fault, it could still affect your insurance
Yeah.
based on claims and where you live and how
Both
long
of those were in North Carolina.
stupid drivers run into people. You know.
Well, both of those accidents were in North Carolina, and they were well over 10 years ago, and they still. My insurance doesn't seem to be much cheaper. Like it's still expensive.
Mine's £78 a month, so that's around about $100.
And the Harley, what do I pay on that? I see you can get bare minimum on motorcycles. People think you don't have to insure them. Yes, you do. If you put them on the road, you have to insure them.
Of course you do.
You can get minimum liability for very cheap, you know, but you're stupid if you don't. Especially,
Mine was stored as a classic because it was old. And I think it at the time it cost me £100 a year to insure my bike.
I pay a lot more than that. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
ours.
collision on it. Plus, you know, you got to raise the
Yours is
report value on it so somebody doesn't sue you and take your house. But I'd say it's around $40 a month. This for that bike that I never get on.
mine. I mean, mine's 1985, so it's classed as a classic vehicle rather than if it was a present day one, it costs a hell of a lot more.
Well, here in the States, if you want to you'd have to have classic. You can have classic plates or antique plates, depending if it's over 25 years old. And you can get reduced insurances on them, but you also have to keep your mileage down to a certain amount to show that it's to reach. I mean, I think antique I don't know what the mileage is. I would just be spitballing. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
But-
low.
Drive, you're right above a certain amount, then you no longer carry that plate and carry that insurance.
Mm.
But that's the reason you get the discount is because you're hardly on the road on it with it, you know.
Yeah. I used to use it every day going to and from work, but was only like 3.5 miles there and 3.5 miles back. So unless I decided to take the long way home.
That 90% or 85% of the accidents happen within 2 miles of your house.
Yeah.
Well, that's because no matter where you go, you always end up back at your house. So you spend the time in your vehicle near, you know what I'm saying? It's a bullshit statistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to work and then I come home. So and then I go shopping and then I come home. And I go to my dad's and I come home. So you're in that 2 mile range of your house. You go shopping within that 2. So you spend 90% of your time, 70% of your time in the vehicle, depending on how you drive.
Yeah.
Right by your home. So it's a stupid statistic.
It
People
is.
try to rationalize it. Oh, you're not paying attention because you feel safe because you're near your house. Paul, you gonna go?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't have to. You guys can stay on if you want. Joe will take over.
He's just gonna go and fly a ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off in a minute too, because I'm gonna go fly.
Or Bill, you want to take over? You can keep it going.
I was about to go sit in the garage
Okay. All right.
and fail at fixing that home light. We'll see.
Justin, he's out.
Yeah, I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay. Everybody, David.
Bye then.
Bill, thanks for being here. Mark.
Yep.
We'll see
David called
all of you later today.
Yep. See
Later,
you.
guys.
Bye for now.
Bye.